Have you ever wondered what it's like to spend 8 hours with a videographer on a wedding day? Hey, I'm Travis Monroe of Monroe Film and Photo, and today we're going to review what an 8-hour package looks like for your wedding day. It's awesome you're considering looking for a videographer and wanting to know what's the best way to spend the hours with them. Here at Monroe Film and Photo, we really have a straightforward approach to everything and how we tackle your wedding day. So we offer multiple packages as well as being able to customize, but our most popular package is our 8-hour package, the cinematic trailer. So what exactly does an 8-hour day look like when we head out there with you for your wedding day? With an 8-hour package, we tend to actually want to judge it based off of when is the end time. So what we typically ask for our first question is, when is your first dances supposed to start? Because at the end of the day, really, we only need about 15 minutes of coverage for your wedding dance. So we don't want to back end a lot of it and have hours upon hours of dance footage. We want to be able to capture as much of your wedding day as possible. So we always like to start things off by finding out when your first dance is supposed to start and then adding a little bit of a buffer, typically 15 to 30 minutes, just in case if things go a little long. So a lot of times what we end up doing is working with a time frame of like 12 to 8, 12:30 to 8:30, 1 to 9. And that's when first dances are going to be over with, and we still have a little bit of time to get a few of those dance moves out there with everyone else. But ultimately, we are focused more on trying to capture as much of your wedding day as possible. When we start the wedding day, typically at that time frame, couples are maybe just arriving at the venue. Hair and makeup should be already done, depending on your timeline, but typically it's already done. And so for the most part, we're arriving right when you guys are ready to start getting dressed and getting ready to have your first look. So what we typically do then, we'll get a few detailed shots of the different outfits and things like that, and then we'll get rolling and get you right into your first look there so you guys can knock that out of the park. After the first look, it's going to be focused on your photos. So whether it's with your bridal party, with your family, consult with your photographer of what that's going to look like, but we're going to be kind of capturing the behind the scenes of that. We also love to give you guys a break. So around 3 o'clock is typically when that break time is going to happen, because your ceremony is probably going to happen around 3:30, 4 o'clock. So what does that mean exactly then? As far as what we're going to be doing during that time, well, you're taking a break. We're going to be getting ready for your ceremony. Now, if it's at a completely different location, which sometimes does happen, a lot of times we do photos at the reception site, but you're getting married at a church or somewhere else that we have to go to. So we might leave a little early and go to that location, but either way, we're going to be setting up for the ceremony. So we'd go ahead, we'd film your ceremony, and then you guys are married. It's time for the cocktail hour. And then that's where, if we had to travel somewhere, we'll be traveling back and getting set up for the cocktail hour. Maybe you guys are going on a party bus and we join you for that. Depends on how the layout is and what we're doing for the wedding day, but we'll get shots of the cocktail hour, maybe that party bus that you go on, and then ultimately get ready for the next major event. The Grand March, which you're looking at 5:30, 6 o'clock at this point. You do the Grand March, you enter in. Maybe you throw in your first dances during the Grand March. Maybe you just go ahead and you head down and you sit and have dinner, or some speeches start at that time. It just kind of depends on that timeline, what you're looking to do, and then everybody eats, which of course then we eat as well. So we take that little break there with you guys, and then it's time for speeches, which is typically 45 minutes-ish into dinner there, depending if you're doing buffet style or plated. After that, there's probably a little bit more of a break, so desserts can be had. You guys maybe cut your cake if you have one, and then we roll into first dances, which would roughly be 7:45 to 8 o'clock, depending on how things are going. Knock out your first dances, we get a few great shots of everyone else out on the dance floor, and our time is wrapped up from that 12:30 to 8:30 timeline. All right, there you have it, guys. That's what an 8-hour day with Monroe Film and Photo would look like on the videography side of things. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know down below, and thanks for tuning in.